Well, much of Andy Street's regeneration strategy rests on the high-speed rail project. No wonder the Metro Mayor rejects all talk of pruning or chopping it all together as damaging to the economy. But his party's would-be leader has no such qualms. Boris Johnson has used his Telegraph column to attack the rising costs of what he calls the so-called high-speed rail scheme. Well, our transport correspondent Peter Plisner asks if it could yet be scrapped if Mr Johnson becomes Prime Minister.
As London Mayor, he bought us the so-called Boris Bike scheme and a modernised version of the Routemaster bus. But if it becomes Prime Minister, will HS2 be his next big transport project? Possibly not. Boris Johnson's latest column in the Daily Telegraph won't have gone down too well in the building behind me, which houses HS2 Limited's Birmingham headquarters. In it, he makes it clear that he believes the costs of HS2 are out of control and that the money might be better spent elsewhere. Another leadership hopeful, Michael Gove, is also rumoured to be lukewarm on the project. A recent Sunday Times report said he's been canvassing opinion on the future of HS2 amongst backbenchers.
Today I'm calling for the scrapping of HS2.
And at a Westminster debate on Wednesday, anti-HS2 MPs added more fuel to the fire.
The DEFRA Secretary and other senior ministers may be about to call publicly for it to be cancelled. Apparently the Defence Secretary and Foreign Secretary are of this view.
But sceptics will have a battle on their hands if they do want to scrap HS2, not least from some of their own colleagues.
There are needs for some people to perhaps be more mischievous than we might wish at the moment. So I'm not surprised, but if you want me to predict, I think those in the party who do believe in it will win through.
But the cost of HS2 has become a major issue. Some estimates now put the whole project at between 80 and 100 billion pounds, more than double the original price tag. What's more, there are reports that only 20% of the properties needed to build the scheme have actually been acquired, with the main works due to begin next year. Despite the hoardings already being up around Birmingham, anti-HS2 campaigners who'd all but given up the fight are sensing a victory again.
There was a poll out this week. 85% of people think the money for HS2 would be better spent on the rest of the rail network, and it's clear that's the case.
But a large chunk of Birmingham's east side is already in the hands of HS2. Here there'll eventually be a major station. Inside the hoarding there's quite a bit going on. A lot of it is preparatory work like archaeology. The main construction work has yet to start, but HS2 say they are still on track.
The diggers are here, we're working. Our enabling works are absolutely on plan at this moment in time, and in terms of our development for our main civil engineering works, we're on track to start that next year.
With routes north of Birmingham to Leeds and Manchester already delayed, could the London to Birmingham phase be about to go the same way? There are already rumours that to cut costs it could be 2030 before high-speed trains reach the region.
It's a laughable concept to say if you postpone something, it will somehow get cheaper. It would be rather against history, wouldn't it? You know, by and large, as the years go by, things get dearer. I don't see any practical point or financial sense in postponing the thing for 4 years. It certainly won't satisfy the opposition, who want the whole business cancelled.
My message would be, don't lose your nerve. Infrastructure always pays in the long term. We have said that we are going to rebalance the country from an over-dependence on London. Infrastructure investment is a critical way of doing it. Let's see this through and show some bravery.
With debate raging and costs continuing to rise, the next few months will be critical for HS2.